Hello, hello, hola, hola, it's Hola Nature.
Bienvenidos a todos. Welcome everyone to the Hola Nature podcast. I am your nature-loving, Spanish-speaking, mushroom-hunting host, Naomi, and I cannot wait to learn Spanish with you today. We will be learning one of my favorite Spanish poems about mushrooms, some super cool mushroom facts, and we might even have a few special visitors on today's episode. Let's not wait any longer. Let's jump in and say hola to nature. Vamos al bosque esta semana, amigos. The forest is waiting for us. I absolutely love otoño because if I were to stop this podcast ahora and go outside in the bosque near my house, I would see tons of mushrooms. Wait, how do you say mushroom in Español, my friends? Did you know that there are tres maneras de decir mushroom? Not kidding. 3 different ways to say mushroom in Español. Let's learn them right now. You could say seta, hongo, or champiñón. Can you repeat them after me? Seta, seta. Muy bien. You could say hongo, hongo, or you could say champiñón, champiñón. Super. Now, when do you use which word? Let me tell you. Hongo es la más técnica. It literally means fungus. So technically, any mushroom could be called an hongo. Now, las palabras seta y champiñón, that's where we get a little bit more creative. They are used all over the world for mushrooms, depending on where you are and what you're cooking. If we want to get super duper scientific about it, claro que si queremos, la seta y el champiñón son los frutos del hongo. So what does that mean? El hongo is the part that grows under the ground as the fungus and the mycelia and all of that amazingness happening underground. And the seta, or the champiñón, is the part that grows above the ground that we can see and sometimes eat. Now I say sometimes eat because about 3% of the mushrooms on the planet are poisonous. Now that might not seem like a large number to you, but trust me, mis amigos, you do not want to eat a seta that is poisonous. So make sure you are always with a grown-up who knows what they are doing, and I always say you can only eat mushrooms when they are on your plate, cooked and prepared by an adult, helping you identify them properly. So let's review what we've learned so far, amigos. We can use the word hongo to talk about fungus in general, or the part growing debajo de la tierra. We can use seta or champiñón to talk about the beautiful and amazing mushrooms que vimos alrededor. ¿Listos? ¿Sí? ¿Todo bien? Okay, let's keep learning. Now that we know seta means mushroom in Español, es la hora de aprender un poema. This is one of my favorite Spanish poems to learn all about mushrooms. We're going to just learn a few of the lines together in Español, and if you want to learn the full poema and hear it in English too, just head to my website, niñosandnature.com, and click on our podcast episode for free Spanish printables and the full poem in Spanish and English. Now, the best way to learn a new poem is line by line. Start with just a few lines from this poem, maybe 1 or 2, and each day add new words until you can say the entire poema all on your own. How amazing would that be? Okay, now let's go ahead and we'll... Oh, who could that be? ¿Quién es? Oh my gosh, you all won't believe who is here. Did you know I have 2 magical woodland fairies living in el bosque cerca de mi casa? I met them several years ago and they absolutely love learning poemas en español. Do you mind if they learn this Spanish poem with us? Hola, haditas, ¿cómo están?
Bien.
Now I know your names change every week. Can you tell me cómo te llamas hoy?
Flavorina.
Flavorina, mucho gusto, Flavorina. ¿Y tú cómo te llamas tú?
Rosalina.
Rosalina, wow, bienvenidas. Wonderful. Gracias por estar aquí. ¿Están listas para aprender un poema nuevo?
Sí.
Wonderful. El poema se llama La Seta. ¿Saben qué son setas?
Mushroom.
Exactamente. So I'm going to say the poem one line at a time, and then you guys are going to repeat it after me. And maybe our friends at home can repeat it with you. Does that sound good? Now, do we do some silly voices sometimes?
Yeah.
Should our amigos who are listening do those silly voices too? Okay, ¿están listas? Okay, vamos. Tiene la seta.
Tiene la seta.
Tiene
Tiene
la seta.
la seta.
Tiene la seta.
Tiene la seta.
Una capa roja.
Una capa roja.
Muy bien, let's say that all together. Tiene la seta una capa roja. Now here's the next part. Con lunares blancos.
Con lunares blancos.
Uh-oh, I'm a robot. Con lunares blancos.
Con lunares blancos.
Let me put that all together and you're going to repeat it after me. And maybe our friends at home will say it with us. Tiene la seta una capa roja con lunares blancos.
Tiene la seta una capa roja con lunares blancos.
Que cuando llega,
Que cuando llega,
que
que
cuando
cuando
llega
llega
el otoño,
el otoño,
que cuando llega el otoño
que cuando llega el otoño,
adorna los verdes campos.
adorna los verdes campos.
I'm a robot again. Adorna
Adorna
los verdes
los verdes
campos.
campos.
All right, I'm going to say the whole thing and then you guys can repeat it after me. Are you ready? Que cuando llega el otoño, adorna los verdes campos.
Que cuando llega el otoño, adorna los verdes campos.
Excelente. Let's say it all together, those 4 lines. Does that sound good? Okay, Adas, you're the best helpers ever. Tiene la seta una capa roja con lunares blancos. Que cuando llega el otoño, adorna los verdes campos. Muy bien. So, Aditas, if our friends at home wanted to learn the rest of the poem, can they just find it on my website? Muy bien. Is there anything else that you want to say to everyone listening at home?
Thank you. Please listen to our podcast.
Muy bien.
Bye.
Ciao. We'll see you next week. Ciao, Aditas.
Bye.
Wow, that was amazing. Ustedes lo hicieron súper bien. Now, we are getting to one of my favorite parts of the show where you can learn some super cool facts all about el mundo natural. This is where I ask you, ¿sabías que?
¿Sabías que? ¿Sabías que? ¿Sabías que?
Did you know? ¿Sabías que las setas no son plantas? It's true. They are not plants. Setas are in fact more closely related to humanos o animales que plantas. Just like humans and animals, they don't produce photosynthesis, como las plantas, but instead they need to absorb their nutrients from organic matter. Just like us, when we eat all that yummy pizza, delicious ice cream, yum yum yum, gobble it up, just like setas have to do. Now, are setas out there eating pizza and helado? No. They're usually helping decompose organic matter. So that is their delicious snack that gives them fuel. Setas also have a fibrous substance. So imagine taking a cotton ball and kind of pulling it apart. It's very fibrous. You can see through it. So they have something that looks similar to that. It's called chitin, and that makes up its cell wall. So that's what it looks like if you were to just pull apart a cotton ball or some wool. And that is the same as 90% of animals. So setas no son plantas, and they are more closely related to humans and animals. Muy interesante. What about this one? ¿Sabías que los árboles usan los hongos como teléfonos? Ring, 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 ring. Set the phone. Do, 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 do. Now, are trees really making phone calls with mushrooms? Are they dialing little dials and going, ring, ring, hello, this is my mushroom phone? Is oak tree there? No, not quite. But árboles do use the vast mycelial network, so basically the roots or raíces of the mushroom growing all underground, to share nutrients and information. ¿Qué tipo de información? What are those árboles talking about? Comparten información sobre droughts, pests, and diseases. They're helping each other. They're saying, hey, there's this disease coming over here. Quick, try and protect yourself before it gets to you. They are working as this amazing community. And what's helping them do it? Hongos, underground. How cool is that? Realmente, las setas son la inteligencia del bosque with all of that information stored. This is my last super cool hecho sobre los hongos, and it is going to blow your mind. ¿Sabías que un hongo es el ser vivo conocido más grande del planeta? Who would have thought that a mushroom could be the largest known life form on the planet? I would think that there would be like a blue whale or something like that. That would be the largest thing in the world. No, 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 my friends. Es una seta. Now, am I the only one here picturing like a gigantic mushroom bigger than a train that looks like a marshmallow? Can you imagine jumping on one of those? Okay, don't let me get too wild here. Hablo en serio. The group of mycelia living underground in Oregon connects to form an organism más grande que 3 millas cuadradas. 3 square miles of hongo, and some say that it could weigh más que 200 ballenas grises. I can't even imagine how heavy 200 gray whales would be, or how one hongo could weigh more than that. My cabeza is literally spinning with all of those cool facts all about hongos. And now, wait a second. Is that a purple elephant walking down my driveway? Hold on, 1 minute. Let me go check this out.
Phew, I thought she'd never leave. Okay, Nacho, come on out. I got the cage door open.
Ok, bien. Ahora podemos estirar las piernas. ¿De verdad hay un elefante morado en la entrada?
No, silly. I just put a purple stuffed elephant there so she would go check it out and give us hamsters time to escape for a bit. What's she working on anyway?
No sé, pero veo fotos de muchas setas. Tal vez va a cocinarnos algo delicioso. Sabes que ya tengo más hambre.
You're always hungry, Nacho. But I don't think she's going to be cooking these mushrooms for us. Some of them look poisonous, unless you think she...
No, Pete, mira. Está grabando su nuevo podcast. Hola, Nature.
Oh, you're right. I see a red blinking light. That must mean she paused the recording. Well, let's get out of here while we can. I want to see what food we can find in the forest before she gets back.
Sí, vamos al bosque, amigo. La ventana todavía está abierta.
Okay, you go out the window first, and I'll follow. Phew, we made it. I thought that cat was going to get us for sure. Good thinking throwing acorns at it.
Sí, las bellotas son útiles y deliciosas.
Nacho, don't eat those acorns. Remember last time they gave you a stomachache?
Tienes razón, Pete. Buscaremos algo diferente. Me muero de hambre.
You're always hungry, but you're in luck. I think there are some delicious mushrooms growing right around this big oak tree that's dying.
Roble. No veo ningún roble. ¿Dónde está?
That oak tree right over there. See how the leaves look like fingers? They aren't pointy, and that means it's a white oak. When the little fingers have pointy parts, it's a red oak.
Pero, ¿no podemos comer las hojas o sí?
No, don't eat the leaves, Nacho. But there should be some chicken of the wood mushrooms right around here.
¡Pollo! ¡Me encanta comer pollo!
Not that kind of chicken. Chicken of the wood. They're these big yellow mushrooms that are super tasty. When you look on the underside, you won't see any gills. Okay, let's grab some and hurry back. She should be back any minute. If she sees us out of our cage, well, there could be trouble.
Phew, llegamos justo a tiempo. Aquí viene.
I see her. Glad we made it back in time. Let's hide these mushrooms. Quick, get back on that wheel. We'll sneak out again next time.
Phew, sorry about that, everyone. Someone put my daughter's purple stuffed elephant in our driveway and it almost got run over by the mail truck. Don't worry though, su elefante ya está a salvo. It is all good. Crisis averted. Bueno, we learned a lot about hongos hoy. You learned the 3 different ways to say mushroom in Español. Do you remember them? Say them with me. Hongo, seta, y champiñón. Excelente! If you want to keep practicing our seta poem, make sure you head over to my website and our podcast page as you look for today's episode. You'll find a free coloring page and a free printout of today's poem so that you can practice it all on your own. Now, if you get to the end of this podcast and you really want to keep learning Spanish with me, have no fear. I have online Spanish courses for kids of all ages. They're nature-based, they're hands-on. It's a great way to keep learning Spanish in the great outdoors. Check them out on my website. I had so much fun learning all about setas with you this week, and I hope that you tune in next time as we say hola to nature.